Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Tyler Williams channel. I am your general manager of Brawl. My name is Dane. I am here with Alex Avalos,
What's up?
and he is doing pretty well. You did pretty well on today's show, I
Hmm,
have to say.
Thank you.
Um, we first started off with a match between Tahir Williams and Dane with a missile drop kick from Tahir. Dane with an arm drag, springboard moonsault from Dane. Dane with the drop kick to the legs. Fist of Williams from Tahir, drop top from Dane, and DMD into a victory. That was what I
A
had
quickie.
down. Yeah, well, it wasn't as quick when you watched the match, but what I had down was the big points. It
Well,
was
yeah,
quick.
the drop kick was beautifully done. The fist of Tyler, looked like it almost knocked out your teeth. But then, DMD out of nowhere, and may I say, your new attire looks pretty interesting.
Pretty interesting. I could say that too. It's definitely a change of pace.
Jacket's dope, though. I like your jacket.
Well, quick thoughts and rating. We're going to try to do this quickly.
For this one, I would say I'm going with a five, mainly because it wasn't that really much too offensive. It was just, back and forth, Dane mainly dominating, and then Dane hitting the pin, one, two, three, done.
I'll be a little more nicer. I'll give it a 5.5. But I do see the reason why you went so low on this one, though. Next up, we have the there's a big match with a lot of, as you would call them, jobbers, right?
Well, I don't think we can use that term here because, we'll probably get fired, but oh well, we'll use jobbers. Yeah, jobbers.
I don't I'll say um
Enhancement talent.
talent that hasn't really done stuff as of lately,
Already. And this was a
but
battle
yeah,
royal to
yep,
determine the number one contender for my X Division championship.
yep. We had Austin Cage, Kid Friendly, Negan, VTech A Star, and Brandon Andrews.
I'm not gonna lie,
Andrews, yeah,
I was rooting for Kid Friendly the whole show, but he didn't win.
yeah, definitely disappointed. Um, that's kind of a spoiler, but he was actually eliminated late by Negan.
Yeah, that he was. Oh, and speaking of Negan, his arsenal, pun intended, was based off what he did during his stint in The Walking Dead. That vertebreaker, we get it. You busted Glenn's head open. You need to do it to our guys.
Yeah, Vertebreaker. We had a brain buster into a back suplex from VTech. Some impressive offense from him as well during this match.
That was.
I think he eliminated A Star during this match.
Yes, he did, and it was a simultaneous elimination. Negan eliminating Friendly, and then A start getting eliminated by VTech, and then the final two were VTech and Negan.
Yeah. I think Austin Cage was the first eliminated.
Yep, and you heard crickets because no one cared about Austin Cage.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't rooting for him in this. I think he still needs to find himself as a superstar, and I think that's definitely something that's holding him back.
Yeah, because he was known as, just the other guy in Steel Cage.
Yeah, Cage. But yeah, I don't know. Negan winning, that's definitely an interesting choice. He will be facing you.
And
Hmm,
Highway to Hell.
yeah. Highway to Hell, or is it Fastlane?
Oh no, for me it's Fastlane.
I think it's facing you at Fast. Yeah, it's Fastlane.
Yeah, he's facing me
Pretty
at
sure.
Fastlane for my title. It's gonna be an interesting thing. The Man of Bats and the Bone Collector. I wonder how we're gonna mesh. Either way, I'm interested in this match. I'm interested in this opponent.
And then we had a very yeah. Oh wait, rating.
I'll give it a six, mainly because, the shock factor that Negan actually won surprised me.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6 as well. Wasn't the most special thing of the night, but it definitely left an impact. It showed that these guys, even though they're enhancement talent, they definitely do have something up their sleeve.
The ones we got to look after the most is obviously Negan, VTech, and I'll give it to Kid Friendly since he was the last one eliminated because it was A star then. Those are the three that I'm looking after: Kid Friendly, VTech, and Negan. Those are the ones I'm keeping my eye on.
Kid Kid Friendly has to stop going for the stupid pins in matches that you can't pin people in.
Oh lordy, but he's too nice. Let him be.
All right, so yeah, we agree on
Speaking of
that.
kid
So
friendly,
Kid Friendly, yep, with Stoner in a tables match, and if Stoner won, he would be facing um, Jin Kazi for the AWC World Championship
next
next
week,
week. Yeah,
and
next
sure
week.
enough, he did.
Yeah, he won. He bit Kid Friendly's face in the beginning of the match. Did some headbutts. Um, Stoner with a clothesline, a suplex, a standing senton. Stoner with a stoner kick and a power bomb through the table. I think Friendly did get a little offense, but nothing very impactful. Still
Um,
showing that Stoner's the dominant guy.
yeah, he looks like that Stone's still winning this David versus Goliath battle. I mean, especially that power bomb through the table, but not only through the table, but he also went and hit the turbuckles too. So I feel bad for Kid Friendly.
I think Stoner just because he lost against Kid Friendly, right?
He did previously, so I felt like it's, a back
Previously,
and
yeah.
forth thing now. See, when it comes to like pinning style, I think Kid Friendly sometimes one ups him, but when it comes to brawls and fights like this is Stoner's alley. This is his style. So there was no surprise that he won the tables match.
So you'd give that match a.
Me, I'm gonna give it, you know what? I was entertained by it, so I'm giving it a 6.
I'll give it a 6.5. We got Jin Kazi versus Orion. This one was actually a pretty good match. A lot
That
of
was a
back and forth.
really good match. It surprised me a lot.
Yeah, Jin with a lot of offense, Orion with a lot of offense. Um,
Spiral
we saw,
taps for days.
yeah, we saw a lot of spiral taps. We saw a lot of strong wins. We saw the knee being used by both opponents in this battle. We
But either
had
way,
a
oh, go
Hurricane
ahead.
Rana from the top rope from Jinkazi at one point. We saw Jinkazi use a spear, a power bomb, some stuff that he's not. It's not usually in his style, but he's been using it as of lately.
Yeah, I think
Snap.
he's trying to iterate some more American style based of wrestling. His strong style here feels like, since all of his opponents have seen it so many times, he's got to change his strategy. If not, people are going to catch up to him and beat him.
Throwing a lot of people off. Yeah. Um, there was a lot of near falls in this.
Oof, and how?
Um, because I don't know, like somehow Jin kept getting near fall after near fall, and he just couldn't pick it up.
Same thing
And
with Orion.
yeah, yeah, Orion as well. Spiral tap from Orion is what won this, and he also did a one-armed power bomb on him before that, and it was a victory. It was a clean victory.
Yep, no shenanigans, no nothing. It took, I believe, 3 or 4 spiral taps to take down Jin, but the thing, whichever one it was, but s- the final spiral tap is the one that got it.
Yeah, there's a lot of offense in that. What would you give this match?
This one, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I really like this match. This was best and really all-round match.
I'll go 8.5 as well. That was a great match. And then the next match, we have a very long match. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible.
Oh, the
El
fatal
Sabone
four-way.
versus Spike versus Marco versus. There was a mystery opponent, and we found out it was David.
And he brought back his original anarchist attire from season 1, which surprised everybody.
Yep. So the thing about this is you. I think you were saying that you thought Spike was going in to win this, correct?
Yeah, I mean, granted, yeah, I was involved in the matchup, but somehow I'm like, you know what? I was gonna give the up and comer the benefit of the doubt. Granted, I knew he wasn't gonna pin me because I'm the X Division champion. I've been on a roll, so nobody's gonna pin me. But I felt like he was gonna do something amazing. I mean, granted, he did. His
You've been impressed with him,
Yes, I have.
even though he hasn't. The problem is he's not picking up victories, but his offense and etc. is all great.
It's ridiculously impressive.
It's ridiculously impressive. Yes. We saw El Sabone with a crunchy during this match. We saw a Samoan backdrop from Spike in this match. I'm just gonna
And
go around a little bit. And Alabama Slam from David, which He hasn't done it in a while, has he?
No, he has not. It surprised me.
We had El Sabone with an arm drag to David at one point in the match. Spike used his finisher, I think, 2 or 3 times during this match. Um, hmm, yeah. El Sabone at one point ran into a spine buster from Marco. We saw an Anaconda Vice from Marco at one point.
We saw many alley-oop facebusters from El Sabone.
Yeah. David with low blows. I think he did 2 of those actually.
Tyler
No,
would have
no, he
been
did
so
two
proud.
knockout punches and 1 low blow. That's what it was. A low blow to Spike and then 2 knockout punches.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and yeah, it looked like Spike had the upper hand during a good portion of the match, but it was definitely anybody's game. And David with a drop kick takedown to Sabone, and then he goes after Spike and he gets the victory off Spike. David wins this, and that was very surprising if you watched the match. I definitely recommend you watch this match.
This one really too. Granted, yeah, it's long, but if you have time to watch it, please watch it. It was a really good match. It was a good comeback for David. He deserves it. I really hope he drops this whole David shtick and go back to the anarchist that he originally was. And plus side of this, I believe that he gets a match with Jin Kazi at Fastlane.
Yes, that is the thing. If Jinkazi still has the title,
Good point.
Jinkazi is definitely going to have his fair share of matches before that. He's definitely facing Stoner next week, and there is going to be a lot of other things going on with Jin at the moment.
But somehow,
So
some way, I feel like Jin will somehow retain it, and we'll finally see the encounter we've been waiting for a long time. Granted, it's gonna be at Fastlane, but still, we need a good way to kick off Monday Night Brawl.
yes, and then the crazy shit. We thought it was over after that.
Oh my God.
DJK with a promo calling out Tyler, saying Tyler, he's done with Tyler's bullshit of the past. He wants to fight him at Mania. It's just gonna be him and him 1-on-1. What do you think of this?
This is not El Sabon talking anymore. This is gonna be the guy that first started here in AWC. This is the People's Mexican talking now. This has been long awaited. You see, there's a lot of us that have wanted to get our hands on Tyler Williams. Believe me, a lot of us have. A lot of us have tolerated it. One person that's never tolerated it was DJK. We admired his tenacity. We admired his drive. That's why we're what we call the EOW slash OWF originals, the ones that pretty much left to create all of this because Tyler was spiteful about it. But regardless, I'm happy to see this encounter. I hope Tyler accepts it because we need to see it once and for all. Who truly is the best? The creator or the student? For me, we always thought the students were better than the creator. So this was amazing. I'm just starstruck that DJK announced his return and he wants to face Tyler at WrestleMania.
Oh, I think Orion also is gonna face Kazi in the upcoming weeks.
Oh yeah, I believe so. Isn't it later on after the Stoner encounter?
Yeah, I think it might be at Fastlane or something. I'm not exactly sure.
Double booking, nice.
I don't know if it's double booking. I'm not exactly sure, but I know he's entitled to a match
Match.
against him after winning. All right, let's. So you're really excited about DJK. I'm sure a lot of us are. He's going to be fighting at the biggest event, WrestleMania, and everyone's excited about that. It's definitely something that I didn't expect to see,
You won't
but
see it on Turbo. You'll see it a highlight on Turbo, but it happened here on Brawl, folks.
happened on Brawl. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, happened on Brawl. And this week's show, we got
Oh, actually, no.
some.
Let's do the
Sure.
math. We rated him, we rated five, 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 five,
Oh,
five.
you want to do the math? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the math. So 5.5. So all in all, this show, the first show of Brawl after the brand split, we averaged 7 out of 10. Not bad.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. Um, definitely was some stuff this week. A lot of stuff going on with Brawl, especially getting in the you know
The new roster.
the new yeah the new vibe of it, definitely with new owners and stuff. So there's definitely been some confusion here and there going
Yeah, but
on the
at the
network.
plus
But
side, yeah, you did a good job, booking these matches and all that good stuff. I mean, granted, yeah, the beginning of the show was, a little doozy, but then, the Fatal Four Way and the Jinkazi and Orion match pretty much set the gear, pretty much brought the show back to life.
yeah, there had to be some changes because of Mania and stuff and all this other stuff. There had to be some changes going on because there's all this weird stuff. It's crazy. It's all happening. We got next week's card. We got a DeAndre Lyon opening versus Kid Friendly. What do you think of that match? Who do you think's gonna win?
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta root for my boy Kid Friendly. I know somehow Stoner's gonna be involved, but Dick's out for Kid Friendly.
I'm gonna say Kid Friendly as well. I'm not exactly sure myself. Um, VTech versus Negan.
Ooh, this is an interesting one. I feel like, it's gonna be Negan. I mean, he already won the number one contendership. I feel like, he wants to send a message to me. He wants to send a message to me in my X Division Championship. So I'll see what he does.
I hope Negan comes out on top as well, but VTech is definitely doing some really crazy stuff. So I think it's anybody's ball game
For this
for
match,
sure.
yes, it is, but I'm still rooting for Negan.
Yeah, it's a smart choice. Sabone versus Tahir Williams. El Sabone.
Come on now. Do I really have to answer to this? You know it's me. I'm winning this match.
Tahir with a big loss this week.
What makes you, if he lost to the boss, what makes you think he won't lose to the X Division champion?
That's true. That's true. Been looking really strong. Still have the X Division champion.
You know it? I mean, granted, yeah, I wish I could face you sometime, but then people would complain that, oh no, the boss beat the champion, blah, 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 blah. But you know what?
I already
I'll
beat you
prove you,
once.
I'll prove you my worth. I'll prove you my worth. I'll prove you why I got drafted to the show.
Nah, it's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a good match. I'm not exactly sure on this. I'm pretty sure it's El Sabone, but I don't know. I don't know.
All
It's
right.
I don't know. I think Ty here is definitely hitting a brick wall in the early going.
Well, he is related to the former owner somehow, so I feel like he's kind of disappointed in that.
Yeah, he's the better one.
Yes,
Ty
he is.
here and Tyler. Ty here's the one
Better than Tyler.
everybody. Yeah, the one everybody tried to put their heads behind. They're like, that's the leader. At one point, people liked him. Yeah. So next we got Orion versus Marco Tazzacali.
That's a good one. I think this may be the match of the night for next week, and I'm going with um Marco Kelly. I'm not afraid to say that, but I think Marco's gonna win this match. Mainly because he's an in-ring vet. He's got more experience and, higher main event stakes. So I feel like he may one up Orion.
All right, all right. You think Orion's gonna win this?
No, I think Kelly's gonna win this.
All right. Orion just beat the man Marco Kunt though, so that's definitely making it seem like it's more in his favor. But it's anyone's game here. I definitely think Marco has more experience, and that might be the driving factor of what Marco needs to beat Orion.
Yeah.
So just putting
Who
out
you
there, Orion's probably gonna win, but Marco definitely has a big chance of winning.
is that it, or do we got one more matchup?
You know the final match is Jinkazi versus Stoner.
Ooh, oh yeah, the main event, World Heavyweight Championship. You know, the Win Master's gonna retain this thing. He's got to take it all the way. You know him. He somehow, some way, he's gonna retain it and take it all the way to Fastlane. Because Fastlane is where I'm confused as hell who's gonna win.
So you think so you think who's gonna win, Stoner, Jinkazi?
Jin. I think Jin's gonna win it, and he's gonna take it all the way to Fastlane.
I think you're possibly right. Stoner's been on a roll. Jinkazi Jinkazi coming back from a big loss, but I think he's gonna prove why he is the AWC World Champion.
And also keep in mind, like I said in the beginning with the Kid Friendly match, I feel like if Stoner gets involved in Kid Friendly's match, Kid Friendly's gonna get involved in the main event. I don't know. I hope he doesn't, cause I don't want him to get squashed, cause I love the little guy. But gotta make an impact somehow.
Yeah, yeah. Big stuff going on. Anything you want to say about Turbo?
Turbo wishes they were us. I mean, granted, yeah, the title of the show I saw was called "Turbo is Better Than Brawl," but according to this, I say otherwise. We got the return of DJK. We had two stellar matches to start off the show. And what do they got? Adam Blaze versus Curtis Strong. Old timer versus old timer. Whoop de doo. If y'all gonna watch Turbo, I would recommend a barf bag and a pillow. Please bring those. I'm saving you the spare. What do you gotta say about Turbo, Dane?
I think it's awful. Actually, we we have their card. We could read it off if we wanted to.
Spoiler alerts. Let's do it.
All right, we got Nightmare versus Logan Wrights in a EC qualifying match, Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Oh, it's Midnight. My bad, not Nightmare. It's Midnight. Whatever his name is, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, who cares?
It sounds like a dumb match. Regardless, Logan
Yeah,
Wright's probably gonna come out on top, but it's gonna be fucking boring. The
yeah.
next
Logan
match,
writes.
the next match is another Elimination Chamber match. We got T Dynamite versus Rusty, somebody you really like.
Which one?
Which
Which one of the
Rusty?
two?
Which which
Oh yeah,
which which Rusty gimmick? I don't
yeah. Which
know.
Rusty gimmick?
Hopefully all of them.
But T Dynamite wins Lowe's because like I said, T Dynamite's the better one. But who cares? They're lame
Yeah.
anyways. I mean, they're jobbers.
Dumb Mohawk.
Your dumb Mohawk gets overplayed, overused.
Next we got Clint Kenosha and Eleanor Brown, two guys that they only work as a tag team. That's all I've seen them. They faced off in one or two singles matches. Elimination Chamber qualifier.
Oh my God. Ooh, tag teams. They're loser tag teams anyways.
I know they've really dropped the ball
I don't like that
recently.
Eleanor Brown. He's my least favorite.
Eleanor Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clint Kenosha does a lot of the work for Eleanor Brown, and he usually carries the team. So
So
he's
he's gonna
probably
carry
gonna
this
win.
match.
He's gonna carry the match, probably. Yeah. We got the co-main event: Alejandro versus Jay Blaze versus JC versus Judas and Judas Maxwell. My bad. JC and Judas Maxwell.
It seems like they copied our Fatal Four Way.
Is it?
Almost. I mean, name them again.
Oh wait. I think this is a tag match actually. Alejandro and Jay Blaze, the mid card mafia, I think, old mid card
Ooh.
mafia, versus JC and Judas Maxwell.
It's
That's what the match was. Okay, it's not a fatal
it's not
four.
it's not mid card mafia unless you're in it, Dane. They're just bootleg mid card mafia.
It's the bootleg mid card mafia. It's the wannabe mid card mafia.
Yeah.
I'll give Jay his props. Ali doesn't know how to fucking a run a fucking show.
Jay's the only one that matters in that show.
Yeah, Jay's gonna win it for Ali. He's gonna carry Ali, and Ali's gonna be like, "I'm the goat."
He's gonna say I'm the GOAT, but we know
Spit out
we
his
know
water.
Jay. Yeah, we know Jay's the best one. Jay Jay should be on Brawl. I feel bad for the guy. He's in a roster full of jobbers.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jay Blaze winning every week, ladies and gentlemen. We got an
Yep.
elimination chamber qualifying match with Curtis Strong versus Adam Blaze, a guy that comes back randomly. This old piece of shit who was the hottest thing ever, who now just smokes weed and comes back whenever he wants. Curtis Strong, and we got Adam Blaz, who former
Lost
World
his
Rumble winner, former world champion, but where is he now?
Who knows?
I don't
But
know.
Adam Winslow's.
Adam's probably gonna win it, but you know, who knows?
Yeah.
That was the boring card this week for Turbo. I would recommend not tuning in, but just in case you do, it's gonna be on this channel tomorrow. Um,
I recommend watching Talking Smack.
it's gonna be around the time. What is it? 205 is 205 live on at that time.
Yeah.
So you might want to tune into 205 live. But in case you wanna watch Alejandro try to run a show, which it could be that could be a good reason to watch just the first episode, to
Yeah.
watch a train wreck. But regardless, tune into Brawl next week. It's gonna be good. I promise. I already told you the card. It's gonna be great. Fuck Turbo. Brawl for life.
Brawl is better, dude.
Brawl, little dude.
Brawl started.
Brawl soldiers. Brawl's
Brawl
better.
soldiers.
Yeah.
Brawl.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
Y'all have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a good night. Soldiers.
Yeah, let's go.